So here we have a wireless access point, which is fairly typical of those in professional IT environments. It is a wireless access point. It is not a switch. It is not a router. It is just a wireless access point. And so here is a closer look at the model itself. As we can see, it's just plugged into the Ethernet port there. Most of these are power over Ethernet. They don't have a separate power cord. They just get their power from the network. So if we take a look at our handy dandy electrosmog meter here, we can see we're currently at 0.04 milliwatts per square meter. And if we move closer to the wireless access point, predictably we move right up into the red here. And near the unit itself, we get 10, 20, 25 milliwatts per square meter. Now this is an empty lecture hall here, so there's unlikely to be anything using this right now. So this is idle. It's not transmitting data to anything. And this is the readings that we're getting from it just on standby essentially all the time, because of course it has to be ready for anything that it might need to do. And so if we compare this to consumer wireless, not wireless access points, because typically you wouldn't find this in a household, but a so-called Wi-Fi router, which is really a small office, home office, wireless access point / router / switch / firewall / NAT device, and you get the idea. But those are typically much higher power, since you'll often find a lot of these in any given geographic area, whereas most homes would only have one wireless router. And so these are lower power, and as we can see, it's lower RF readings than we would get from one of those. Not to say that this is low, it's still high and it's still biologically hazardous levels, but it can be interesting to see the comparison between the two, and it's good to have an idea of what you might be dealing with here. Of course, the inverse square law is your friend here. And if you move away from the access point, we're only a couple yards away from it now. And already the levels, in comparison, are relatively low. Now, of course, this is the readings with the wireless access point here. Of course, if we go ahead and we simply unplug the darn thing, this is really in there. Okay, and as we can see, this unit is dead now, and the meter has gone down to basically nothing. So this is the normal ambient background levels of radiation in this environment here.